Hey there, guys. We have news for Global on August 24th. And this week, joining me for the news again is Sketch. So you can say hello, Sketch.
Hello, everybody.
So this week is Blood Dancer Ella Spiritus, as we knew from the live stream. So she was one of the fan design units from the Seven Star days, and they're bringing her back. So what are your initial thoughts about Ella Spiritus? We actually do know a bunch of the information from the live stream, but from what they showed, etc., what are your thoughts about her, Sketch?
She sounds awesome. So this is the kind of unit that I like to pull for. And I don't just mean the kit. I really like the design. I think the sprite's background is awesome. They've done things in the past with uh like gates and stuff, like on the Kingdom Hearts units that I didn't really care for too much. I think this looks way better.
I,
Um,
I was just about to say, like, she has the whole Kingdom Hearts circle going on, and I honestly don't like that. I think that is way too distracting and way over the top, and that's just going to get in your way. You're going to put her in, like, slot 2 or slot 4, and she's going to block the party member above her. I don't like the big Kingdom Hearts circle. I got to be honest here.
I mean, that's completely fair. Like, it's not for everybody. I didn't like the actual Kingdom Hearts thing. I have to wait until we have this, like, in-game where I can see. I'm hoping the part behind her, it looks like it's actually clear as opposed to being opaque like a lot of the other, like, circles in the back have been. So I don't think I'll mind it anywhere near as much if you can actually, like, see directly behind her and it's just the circle. But, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. So this time we are getting a global exclusive vision card yet again. So we have the step up. I didn't even do the math for pity. So let's do some math on screen. So we need 10 for the fragment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're not going to stop here, so we're going to count that. So 5, 6, 7, loop, 8, 9, loop. We got to go halfway again. Damn it. Okay, so let's do some math, Sketch. So we've got 16, 21, 25, 28, and then each of these laps are 9, so 28 and 18 is 46, plus you got to go 2 more, so 50,000 lapis. We are back to 50k for pity, for a normal unit, a non-premium. Wow. Did I
Yeah.
do the math right?
So I can double check real quick.
And before someone points it out, yes, you could go here and skip the card. That would be insanity. But technically, you could if you're strictly looking for the lowest price. And actually, it might even be cheaper to just to skip this whole banner entirely and go down here only. So what would that cost? That would be, so it's 9 apiece. You'd have to go 5 laps. That'd be 45. You could skip the last 5. That'd actually be 40k if you take none of the perks. It'd be just 40 for pity. But
That's
that seems crazy.
That seems like such a hard sell to me because
Mm-hmm.
one of my issues with the normal banner, or like the non-step up, is
Oh,
the lack of coins.
I'm
So you
actually
can't even get shards.
yeah, I'm actually mistaken. You can't go halfway because if you're not doing that, you have to go the full way. So actually, it would be the extra 5k. It'd be 45k going just the bottom one. Okay, so my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good. Is this like the bottom one, as you can see on like step 1 and step 4, they don't even have coins.
Mm-hmm.
So at least the card, like you may not get like an Alice Spirus coin, but you get like a shards coin and stuff like that, right? Like if you want stuff out of the shop, like me personally, if I'm going to pull that much, I want the shards from the shop, right? Like I want to make sure that I have the shards from the shop. And if you pull on the lower banner, you have to do 2.5 laps before you can even get the 50 Spirus shards from the shop. Like no thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Like like if we're going that far, I'd rather just do the card step up. Like I will say that I do think that the coins and stuff like or there's too much perks, right? Like the card's good enough to get on its own. Um,
Yeah. And then and
there's
it's got some like guarantees and all along the way. So actually the bottom one has no guarantees at all. I'm noticing. So you're only getting 3 guaranteed neos this whole time. So that's pretty This is a pretty bad banner. I mean, as far as the pricing goes and the extra perks and all, it's pretty bad. Only
Holy
for,
cow! The sorry,
what were you gonna say?
the bottom doesn't even have rate ups.
Oh my! Oh, it doesn't. Oh my god! I mean, she's on banner, so she's gonna have the 1%, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no boost at all for this. They are just like going downhill more and more with banners. Like the lightning banner was like what I forgot. I already forgot. Was it like 84K or something? 74K? What was it for the lightning banner to go to pity?
73K.
73K. Okay, yeah. So it was definitely high. And now here we are. So if you want the card plus pity, you're going 50K. If you want just the unit, you're going 45K. And as you said, there's not even rate ups for this unit when you're doing the step up. There's no guarantees at all on the bottom row. You're only getting tokens and stuff every other is 2 out of 4. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Like everything is getting more expensive now in this game.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's really bad too, especially because considering like what the precedents they set with Lightning, where like these units are going to be like a way bigger deal, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you're going to want them for Clash of Wills. And the part that I actually missed in the live stream that I didn't notice till we got the in-game news was the Clash of Will units. Like I didn't realize the leader skill part for when they're outside of Clash of Wills.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. The lightning gives 750 to basically 4 units like Malphasy, Nora. That's kind of it.
Yeah. I mean, like that matters, right? Yeah. Like, but
Yeah.
it was really cool because like I originally was like, oh well, I'm excited to use Lightning and Malphasy and Clash of Wills. I was like, no, you should be excited to use Lightning and Malphasy in all your content. Like, oh, okay. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so like those are a big deal, and I got pretty lucky on Lightning to be honest with you. But for the most part, I know next to nobody that went to pity. I know 2 people out of like the normal 8 to 10 people I know that go to pity on units that they want. Like, just it's so expensive. It's like
Mm-hmm.
$600 for
Oh,
pity.
oh, it's crazy. Yeah. So people that were doing dark visions and all, or the vision world currently, like as people have kind of realized, there's 2 like meta teams. There's like the fire team and the rebellion team. There are other teams that work. I've seen a wind clear. People are theorizing light may work. Haven't seen it yet, but it probably can. But there's 2 basically big teams: the fire team and the rebel team. I have seen so many people say if you can't do fire, just do like the rebel team with lightning, and like everyone is like, I didn't pull her. I can't do that team because I didn't pull. Like, it seems like almost no one has pulled her that I've seen. Of course, I've seen a few people that have, but yeah, like usually when a premium comes out, like when Richt came out or stuff, or even like the older premiums, like even Zac, I saw people like going for Zac like right away. But it's just like because the banner is so expensive, I've personally seen less lightning people pulling her, but it could just be the people I see. I have no idea the actual numbers that have pulled for her.
Uh, I know as far as the 2 discords that I frequent in, I know a grand total of 5 people, including myself, that have lightning, and 2 of the people that have them were Gert and I just getting very lucky on tickets. Like,
Nice.
it's just 3 people that pulled.
Mm-hmm.
So like nobody has her. I'm just like, hey, does anybody have lightnings on their friend list so I can like test some things? No.
I know it's because the prices, and back to this is also expensive. But as far as the vision card though, let's pop over to the vision cards real quick. So we'll talk about hers first. So hers at EX1 and 3 is I mean, it's a fine card, but the cool thing that I really want to know is the percentage on this auto mitigation. This is what I care about. Honestly, just speaking plainly, I would never, me personally, I would never use this card for the stats because I just personally got better. I've got a few premium cards, whale problems, but like the card is fine for newer players. But honestly, 130 is like new player tier at this point. But the mitigation, depending on the percentage, that makes it amazing in my eyes if it's high enough.
Oh, yeah. No, see, so I had this discussion with some people yesterday. If the mitigation on this is like, God forbid, if we get 30%, I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like, I don't know what your number is. Like, if we get 30%, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, for me, I think 30% is the point where I wouldn't want to miss this card. Like, I really want it at 30%. If it's like 25, 20, 15, it's like, that's not big enough to really matter. Most bosses these days are dual or triple race. So, like, 15% mitigation divided by 3 for a triple race is basically irrelevant. But 30% is, worst case scenario, still 10%, and as much as actually 30 on single race bosses. So that can be really, really good in my eyes.
Oh yeah, no. This card has like so much potential. And while it doesn't have the best stats on it, something of note that may come up for people in Clash of Wills is, unlike most cards, this actually has defense and spirit on it
Mm-hmm.
alongside of the attack. So like, it's not going to be your go-to for like damage cards, but I could see like at some point if they print somebody like ungodly squishy, that this may have a use as well.
Like
But it's more.
Sky.
Oh yeah, sure. But the second ability is, I want it to be good so bad because then this card becomes sick, which is good because I think more people should pull Pharrella Spirits that are going to, but we'll get to that when we get to like her TMR and STMR and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then the banner card. So if you go 20, I think it was 28k, right? 28k for the banner card. You're getting, looks like Moogle and Carbuncle cards. That's kind of a neat image. But this card I think is amazing because even though I have the water one and I've never used it yet. I'm still really happy that I have it. I love this kind of stuff. This is I'm assuming 100 amplify, but it's targetable on other people. I love that so much. I love that. So, also the card stats are really good for hybrids. We are getting Carlet this month according to the stream. So I mean, and I did make jokes saying how outdated she is. You know what? Literally a few hours ago, I did some calculations just to see, because I was kind of like, it's so old, maybe we're getting her this week. Let me go ahead and just calculate her for her modern day. Even today, honestly, she holds up. I calculated the damage she could deal with her SOB against the current Vision World if she was available. I'm not even kidding you. She out damages Flaring Rain in Vision World. She really does. So yeah, she is still relevant, which is why she would have been amazing 8 months ago, because she was, I guess you could say she was overpowered back then. But she can still deal meaningful damage on the right team, etc. And this would be an amazing card for her because she doesn't have an amplify, a good amplify, I should say. So this giving her a 100 amplify without requiring a support unit would be amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean that's super hype. As somebody that really likes Scarlet, and I'm still holding out that they buff her a little bit. I don't think it's gonna happen, but as a big Carla fan and somebody that was one of the people who was spamming accounts like, "Hey, where is this at?" This card, in general, is just so good for her. And like we had this discussion before we started. This is like the de facto hybrid card, right? Like,
I would honestly say, what's her name? Ibarra's card would be better. Also, all the elemental premium cards are better. So, like, Rain's card for fire hybrids, Lastwell's card for ice hybrids, stuff like that. Because you got 170 and that scales again with focus that usually hybrids will have. So, I would say those cards are definitely better. The 170 dual element or the dual type cards, attack magic. But as far as a budget hybrid card, I guess this is probably one of the better ones.
yeah, I guess that's fair. I didn't actually think about like us just going like for specific elements. Yeah, I guess maybe for like non-premium cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like a bunch of stuff about this card in general though. Like the target is sick. I really want them to do one of these for wind, really badly.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Reaper Killer. The other two are pretty common, but like I'm never gonna complain about having more Reaper Killer around. But yeah, like this card's sweet. I really hope they continue doing these and not those ones that force you to do it on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for those.
Some of the older ones. Yep. So really good card. Very expensive, but good card. And then we have Blood Dancer Ella Spiritus. She is a super limit burst unit, and now we can see here she is only the debuffer tag. Does not have any attack tags at all. And we did see from the live stream, they actually gave us the literal numbers for her SLB, which is absolutely bottom tier. Garbage damage, a 250 modifier in Dark Visions and a 290 modifier in Clash of Wills. Now, you can boost this higher with things like the what's it called? The card, the
Cool Smile.
Cool Smile, the Cool Smile card. That'll boost it by 50, which is still, even then, it's still terrible. And you're also wearing an outdated card to do that. People have been theorizing that maybe she has like a really big mod boost in her kit. The fact that she doesn't have the attack tag whatsoever, I'm just gonna assume here like she's gonna be on the tier of like Lion or Angeal or stuff like that. I would assume. What are your thoughts, Sketch? Do you think she's still going to deal meta damage even if she doesn't have the attacker tag? And with this, as we do know, her SLB is really, really low.
Oh boy, you're really not gonna like my answer for this.
Oh, right, you think she is? Okay, let's hear it.
So she's a katana unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do they like to do with katana units? They may give her meta damage, but you're gonna have to jump through 20 hoops like Cleom did. You're gonna need like 3 stacking abilities, and you're gonna be forced to use them.
Well, she does have succession. She does have the 40% katana in peril on the SLB, so that's kind of nice.
I'm just saying that like they like to troll us with katana units. I just think if they give her damage, she's gonna have like a really annoying way to get it.
Oh, you mean like the rotation to like unlock it or whatever? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So kind of like Nora and Dwayne in Clash of Wills. Yeah, they're pretty much a headache to use.
Yeah, like that's my thought process. I think that's the only way they give her meta damage without the attacker tag is you're gonna have to work really hard for it.
Mm-hmm. And then so the SOB. Let's go power over real quick the SOB. So now we have some. This is kind of nice that we have this from the live stream. So the actual details of the SLB. So 40 katana in peril. 88 defense and spirit break, 160 dark in peril, which is real nice. It is AoE, and then terrible damage. So the damage is really bad. And it's extreme Nova chaining. So that's pretty nice. Well, then again, is it pretty nice? So on a dark team, does anyone relevant do extreme Nova? I don't think anyone does, do they? Because on the kill turn, you're using Ibarra's capping LB, not her base form.
What's Reagan's frames on his LB?
His base form is Absolute Mirror. His shift form is Triple Bolting. Actually, no. I'm sorry. The shift form is one cap, not bolting.
Okay. Like, that's the only one I didn't know offhand. I'm like, huh. So basically, if you want to chain this on a dark team, you have to give them another vision card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awkward. Awkward. People. It's kind of strange too, because Extreme Nova. Like, if someone says is Extreme Nova like a good family to have, my immediate reaction would be like, yeah, it is. But thinking about it, this was actually brought up recently in a big discussion about Kier not too long ago. People were talking about like Kier can see use in a team, and then like players were like, but Kier is Extreme Nova. Literally no one in Fire uses Extreme Nova, so he's just not usable because of that. Like, you'd have to dedicate a unit to a chain with him, which you don't want to do.
No.
Yeah, same problem here. Yeah, like Extreme Nova honestly is not common in Dark Visions type content. It's more of a, like a Clash of Wills stuff.
Yeah, her kit's gonna have to have a bunch of stuff you want to use for you to bring her to Dark Visions, probably. Like, she's gonna need more than her Clash of Wills stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then her STMR and TMR, as you were mentioning, these are really, really good. So the STMR is basically Savior of Souls STMR with 100 LB damage on top. And then her TMR is the Sighton Xenogears STMR, basically. It's basically the same thing, just now it's a TMR instead. These are top tier equipments, both of these. I really love these.
I'm glad you agree, because I was like, hey, so how do I convince Cinzar that I think this is one of the best STMRs in the entire game? So like, this by itself means Elespris is one of the best offenders in the entire game for you to get, because you're going to want multiple copies of this STMR. It's so slot efficient. It alone, like, even if she sucked and I didn't like the character, I would consider pulling for this unit just for the STMR. It's just, it would make so many of my builds so much easier. The TMR is also quite good. It is very difficult to get that much true double hand on one slot. The attacks kind of whatever, it's fine, but it's just the slot efficiency of these two is so good. Like, also people should be ecstatic that it's not a weapon STMR. Like, we got something extremely good instead, which may be good or bad, right? So if you're somebody that pulls for meta stuff, this is a really expensive time for you, because lightning was ungodly expensive, and this STMR is probably going to be best in slot on a lot of people. So you want multiple of these, right? So, like, I was thinking about originally before the live stream, I was like, well, I'm just going to use all my tickets on lightning, and I'll go back to saving. Or I'll use Lapis on lightning and save my tickets, and now it's, I want multiple of these, so I kind of have to pull.
It is pretty good. It is pretty good. So yeah, and then her leader skill is generic. It's basically the new standard of 500 clash, 300 out of clash, blah, forgettable. EX ability, nothing special. And then this ability, Deep Incision, can only be used in morale content. So this is the specific details. We got this from the live stream as well. So 90% full break, 170 to ice and dark imperil, and then 150 to all the rest. So really, really good. Now this is Clash of Wills only, and it's a 10-turn cooldown. And it only lasts for 3 turns, although 4 if you count the extra turn of debuffs. So 4 out of 10 turns for these big breaks. Really powerful, but it's locked to Clash of Wills only, and as we know, breaks in Clash of Wills are kind of literally who cares. Now, the big Imperil is real nice. So, Imperils are actually a big deal in Clash because they have high base resistances. So, the bigger the Imperil, the much bigger deal. So, that's really nice. 170 to Ice and Dark. Big thumbs up there. But, honestly speaking, I feel like this should just be like an on-demand ability in Clash of Wills, just like Kaito's is. Kaito's, all his 90 breaks are on-demand in Clash of Wills. There's no cooldown whatsoever. This is basically the same thing, and it's a 10-turn cooldown with only 3.5 turns of uptime. That just seems like a huge step backwards from Kaito, don't you think?
Yeah, so they're putting a lot of the power equity of this move into the elemental apparels that are attached to it that Kaito doesn't have. Unless I'm forgetting. Don't let me misspeak.
Well,
I don't remember.
Kaito has 150 water imperil and 125, I want to say, to the other 7. So he definitely does have all the elements. But they are a lower percentage because he's a 2-year-old unit now. Or year and a half, whatever it is. But but his breaks are still 90, so it's on demand too. And it doesn't have not that this is as big a deal, but it doesn't have a health cost either. That's going to be minor though.
Yeah, I think she actually wants the health cost, so like that's probably just like a her thing. But yeah, no, the breaks thing is just so weird to me. So my only thought process is that this is all in one move, and she's going to have other breaks that are on demand in her kit in Clash of Wills. So I obviously don't know what she does, like her kit or anything like that yet. However, like if she has, I don't know, 89% full uptime breaks for a fight normally, and then it just goes to 90, and then it has all that on one ability, like that's fine to me. I think that it should be a 3-turn cooldown with 100% uptime. And if you need it earlier, or there's a fight that forces it, she shares a team with Melissa. Like there are things you can do, then you can get more use out of Melissa. Like basically, it's definitely really high, and the only guess that I have is that the HP threshold thing makes her like really strong. Like you mentioned the LB earlier. What if she gets like this is crazy sounding, but like what if she gets 4,000 flat attack added when she's below X threshold on HP?
That'd be interesting and cool. It seems doubtful that they would do that because
Sure.
it's the thing is we're just coming off of Kier, the last global exclusive, if you can even call it that, the last global copy paste. Kier just seemed like the biggest, laziest waste of time ever. So it really makes me hesitant to assume Spiritus is going to be great. And they're giving us a really good card. They're giving us really good TMR and STMR. So I'm just thinking that they're trying to really bait us into pulling for those reasons because the unit itself is going to be a flop. Now I don't know that. We're going to wait until Wednesday night or Thursday to make that final judgment, yes or no. But just I don't know. I'm very nervous about this because, like I said, we just had Kier, and that just really soured the pot. Like that really puts me off to any kind of global stuff, in the current time because Kier was so bad. And then now we've got Spiritus, and they're baiting us with all these really good things. Now maybe she's just the full package, and we have all this, and the unit is Sylvie tier. I'd love it. I'd love it.
Oh boy.
But I'm just doubting it because we did see that her SOB is absolutely horrible damage. The unit only has one role category. She is SOB on top, which is just another downside overall. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
I really hope she's good. I know a lot of people do. Like she was voted second, right?
I don't know. Probably.
I think she was second. I'm pretty positive she was second in the last poll that Malphasey won.
Mm-hmm.
She was really high up there. I think it was her and then Beryl were top 3. People really like this unit. People were very upset when the original Lespris was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Because the design's really cool. So I hope that they don't mess her up because they're just going to upset a lot of people. And to be honest with you, Gumi does not need to be upsetting people right now. After all of the price changes and stuff like that, they really need to be on the player's good side.
When has that stopped anything?
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, if they used common sense,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now you got me a little worried because you're right. There's a card. The STMR and TMR are good.
Mm-hmm.
We see Clash of Will's ability that's good depending. But
yeah.
Hopefully this is the whole budget for the unit.
Yeah, but even this, like we said, this is just poorly designed.
Yes.
Low uptime, whereas Kaito just has it in full force at all. Well, okay, to be fair, Kaito's big breaks do require you to be at a morale threshold. Hers doesn't say that, so I assume hers are available no matter what. So hers can be used on turn 1, whereas Kaito's you need to, turn 2, turn 3, depending on your party. But yeah.
Sure.
And the last thing, just a real quick mention before we move on to the next thing, she does have this Magnus that is not categorized Clash of Wills only. So defense and Spirit Break. This looks like the very typical 89 that all the other breakers of this era are getting. So I would assume 89 breaks to be used in Dark Visions. If not, if it's lower than 89, just forget the unit. Forget it. So I would assume it's 89. What do you think, Sketch?
It better be 89.
Mm-hmm.
That's my answer. So we skip Kinger.
Mm-hmm.
who I was planning to use as my breaker. We may not get Vanille because of how 13 was split, and there's just no knowing anymore. And we have a Lespris. She better have 89. That ability does nothing but fill the morale gauge, do more HP, and do two stats. It's not all 4 stats. It's 2 stats. On 2 stats, you can give us 89. 3 uses per battle, 89. It can last a couple of turrets. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We can make it work. She's not going to deal damage with that LB without a miracle, though.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing they mentioned about her is she does have a 40% Dark and Peril field. We know from the live stream. I will mention, though, for people that are trying to go all in for a Dark team, a unit upcoming is Cursed Nelica, which will have the exact same dark field, and she's going to absolutely be on any dark team upcoming because her damage is significantly higher than the stuff we have right now. So, if you're going all in for dark, you're going to pull Nelica, and it makes Ellis Spiritus' field literally obsolete. So just keep that in mind. But, she does have the dark field, which is probably going to be more useful in Clash of Wills. So there's the unit. Also, Wednesday night, as usual, once we have the unit data available on the wiki, I'll take a look at the unit, and I can give you my final impressions of if I think she's a good or skippable unit. Look for that on Wednesday night. And then some more news. So Kryla and Christine are getting the Clash of Wills category, and then some other units will be getting them as well. So that's all there is for that. Oh, and also this unit categories will now indicate stuff, drop bonus, etc. So pretty cool. Basically just a UI update and some new categories. Nice, I guess.
You have any guess on what units they could be adding to that?
Well, I would assume that hopefully they get, because when Global did the category stuff, they missed a lot of Global units in the category things. Now, people have speculated it's because they used an auto script to assign categories, because people have pointed out the very specific reasons certain units have skipped. Like, for example, Mastermind Zahn was overlooked. He has no categories whatsoever as a global unit, and the reason is because he doesn't have an element attached to him. So all the units that had an element got categories. Zahn has nothing, not even Brave Exvius category, because he has no element, and it seems like because of that, he got overlooked. There's a whole list of them on the Wiki Discord channel that show all the... It's not just Zahn. Zahn's the one I'm remembering because it actually mattered to me recently, because Zahn... remember the last Dark Visions? We had the bug Lebaraksha, and I gave Zahn a vision card, and I was going to chain with him. And then as it turns out, Zahn was not getting range leader skill for the 500 attack power because he's not classified as Brave Exvius, which is the biggest facepalm ever, because Global overlooked him, and a bunch of other units too. I just can't think of them because most of them aren't relevant. Zahn's probably the only 7-star that really could be relevant still with leader skills, and he didn't have it. And so that's who I think. I'm hoping they go back and fix those mistakes. We'll have to see, though.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. That's actually hilarious. Like, how... Just do your job, please.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, these aren't things that are benefiting you, because it's not like it's raising your bottom line. It's just things that should exist as a basis for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like putting Masterminds on a category, like, it's not gonna deal meta level damage or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he did like 300 million in my clear last month. So, but with range leader skill, he would have done, I'm making up a number, but maybe 450 million. It could have pushed me the extra 1% I needed to, go up a rank or something. You never know. But because I didn't have it,
Sure.
he didn't get it. And it just made no sense because, all of a sudden, is Zahn not a Brave Exvius unit? What? It just didn't make sense,
They're trying to get you to forget that one. They're like, oh god, this one was actually a mistake. This one doesn't exist.
Yeah. And then the last thing is Clash of Wills. Now, I will say right up front, I did kind of say the live stream previewed sprite of Asta was kind of generic and copy-ish of the old Asta. This one looks a lot better. This is usually the level 5 sprite they preview in this news, and I like this sprite. It's a little busy, I gotta be honest. There's like a lot of particle effects going on with it, so it's kind of hard to tell he's supposed to be even a dragon, but he still looks like menacing, I guess you could say, as compared to the live stream version sprite we saw.
Yeah, we went from, hey, this looks terrible, like, just being honest, to, like, I love the color palette on this dragon. Like, it looks great to me. It's a little bit too busy around the wings for me, because it kind of, like, can distract you from them.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, yeah, no. This is way better. Good on them. I was a little worried. I was just like, please tell me we're not, like, taking funding out of our art for the game. or
Oh,
something
jeez.
random that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. So the boss uses lightning, dark, non-elemental, physical, magical, and hybrid attacks. Inflicts poison, sleep, and zombie. We love zombie. So hopefully it's not AoE zombie because that would be a big headache with Melissa. The last boss that did it, we still could use Melissa. I even showed a video of using Melissa in spite of the AoE zombie, but it was definitely a headache to do that. So hopefully it's only single target zombie, which would still be irritating with Melissa, but at least a lot less irritating. You can also just not use Melissa too. That's an option. uh, reduces it. That's all generic stuff. But yeah. Now, as far as the boss, I personally, because I didn't get lightning, I guess I'm going to be going with the old leader skill of Elena for this one. So you, Sketch, I assume you're going with the new fancy Rebellion, Cow Wind, Cow Lightning party.
Yeah. I am like pretty sure that I'm bringing, assuming Elespris doesn't suck. Lightning, Alphazy, Elespris, Abigail. Past that, we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa's likely. I like Melissa a lot. So like she's pretty likely. But beyond that, I don't know. Like it feels kind of weird because like there's a good chance I don't like use Elena much, right? Because she's not on Lightning's leader skill for some godforsaken reason. Why is she the only tank that's not on there?
Yes. Now this they could be fixing that with this, but absolutely you're right. I complained about this on like Reddit and stuff, but it's very true that Elena was specifically the only tank of all the morale tanks. She is the only one
Mm-hmm.
that was excluded from the new support category. Even Melia, Behemi, all these ancient that are now useless tanks got the support category. Elena's tank form did not get it. They specifically hand chose her to not get Lightning's leader skill, and it's very, very frustrating to me.
Um, Something that's interesting about this boss, with it being the elements that it is, and with Lightning with the leader skill update, might bring Lilith.
Look, oh
I have to
yeah,
see what the boss mechanics are. I like Lilith more than most people, but that's because I like the unit. Like I don't think she's OP or anything, but it'd be cool to be able to use her.
yeah. I was actually thinking, we're just assuming that we're using a magical tank here. It could be a physical tank fight. We've had a few of those. So if it is, then using Lilith to tank, and then using oh god, what's her name? Either Sylvie or Melissa to provide the mitigation because Lilith can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if someone else does mitigation, Lilith could be your tank and a damage dealer at the same time. Yeah, if it's a physical fight. If it's not a physical fight, honestly, her damage is just not really worth bringing unless we have special gimmicks. Some of them like human mitigation. Then maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like, you get to use her from time to time. Like, I was kind of worried that she was just one of those units I would never find a use for, but I've brought her to, like, 3 or 4 Clash of Wills where, like, she was, like, very, very good,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, she was the big deal of me getting my rank 1. Um, so, like, we'll see. Like, if not, we have Abigail. Abigail is extremely overpowered.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, so Clash of Wills will be this Thursday. As usual, I will attempt to live stream it depending on what's going on, but I'll try to live stream it and we'll see if we can get a rank 1 on stream again. So the last Clash of Wills was super, super easy. Like not to brag, although I'm kind of bragging, I blindly rank 1'd it in less than an hour. So it was in my opinion way too easy. The previous Clash of Wills. It was the first of the season, so maybe that was why. But yeah, the last one was literally less than an hour and rank 1 with no information. So hopefully this one is a little more interesting. takes a little more effort to get rank 1. Although I am honestly a little concerned that maybe they're going to tune the damage cap around that new 900% leader skill.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be interesting to see what happens. We'll see.
So, thought process for me on that, that's exactly what I was going to say, is like, so, Clash of Wills might still be super easy if you have Lightning's leader skill. Now, not saying it'll be hard with a 750, because I still don't think it will be. But you might have to actually try a little bit. The Lightning leader skill, I'm expecting it to be extremely easy, unless they balance around it, which I don't think they're going to do on the first one. By the time we make it to the third one, I 100% expect them to. And like for people that don't have a 750 leader skill for defense and spirit, I expect this boss to destroy you. Like I think Elena's been out long enough. This sounds bad, but I think Elena's been out long enough that like they're like, hey, we have multiple options for 750s now. Yeah, like get wrecked. If you want rank 1, like he's gonna obliterate you if you don't have the leader skills for it. So I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like it's been long enough.
We'll have to see. Although at this point, though, like 6 different units do have the 500 to all class units. So we've got Richt, Malphase, the new one, Spiritus. Did the one before? Who was before that? Nora? Does Nora have 500? No, she doesn't. No, Richt was the first 500 to all.
Does Kier have 500?
That is a good question. I have no idea what Kier's leader skill is. I have no idea. Now I'm curious. Now we're gonna find this out. So he's actually still right here. So just for curiosity, we're gonna end the video on Kier. Believe it or not, Kier is he does. He has 300 out, 500 in. Okay, so yes, Kier can be your leader. God forbid, but.
If you want to tag Sinzar with your Kier leader skill Clash of One, Rick one clear, it's in the comments below. Like, I was like, oh my god, he has a use. He has if you absolutely need the leader skill and you were a new player, like maybe I don't know. Pull for lightning, reroll, I don't know. But oh boy, he does something decent. He did it.
All right, so that'll be pretty much it. Thanks again for joining me, Sketch.
Oh yeah, no problem. I am really excited for this unit. I 100% will be pulling for sure. I'm likely going to do the step up now there's a card. I was thinking like maybe I don't do the step up, or like I maybe do the step up if it was an armory.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I'm never like super overly impressed with those,
Mm-hmm.
but this card,
it's pretty good.
I'm in.
All right, for me, I will let you guys know my thoughts on pulling her or not on Wednesday night, where I get a closer look and see. We'll see. See you then.
See ya.